There's a whole lot of development and changes coming to Greensboro in this new year, and we are joined by Greensboro Mayor Marikay Abuzuaiter about all the things happening in the city in this year and what we're thinking about beyond. You can text your questions to the mayor. All you have to do is look at the number that's on the bottom of your screen. It's 336-379-5775. You text in that question and we'll give it to the mayor. All right, so big goal of Greensboro is that meeting that road to 10,000. Just this week we had a big announcement of affordable housing. So tell me how that shakes out.
So that's going to be wonderful for Greensboro. So the road to 10,000, even as of today noon when I looked at the dashboard, we have 2,610 units either already completed or in progress. So with those coming on board, we're going to be able to increase that amount exponentially, and that way we're going to be closer even to that road to 10,000. We also had a meeting today collaborating with the county, talking about how we can all come together and make the building and the permitting and all of those things easier. So, you know, with the dashboard, I think we're going to reach that 10,000 very quickly, and we're going to move on to the 20, 30, 40,000 that we're going to really need with all these companies coming.
All right, and if you missed the big announcement earlier this week, that's the Grayson at Randleman Crossing. And so we want to make sure that you've got all the information that you need. We've got all of that information on our website. So you said 2,600 or so?
2,610
okay.
Actually. Noon
okay.
today are either in process or completed.
All right. With housing in mind, when you saying easier permits, easier codes, that kinds of things, I think sometimes people look on the other side of that and they go, oh my gosh, what just happened with the district, right? Permitting and codes and things were out of hand when it came to that specific housing development. What can you tell us about the people that have been relocated and the helps and that kind of thing?
So a lot of us were working over the weekend talking to many of those tenants over the last since it happened, making sure that they had someplace to stay. I know the Housing Coalition, the county, the city, all of our staff were working day and night over those weekends to make sure everyone had someplace safe to stay. The issue has been getting hold of the property owner, and this is why we want to look at all of our ordinances and see what we can change. And we're going to bring in other stakeholders. We want to make sure that it's something that we can all hang our hats on in order to make people feel comfortable and safe and secure. Right now, all of our inspections are done by complaint only. All of the inspections about housing. We are hoping that we can change some of that. It's governed by state law, but in talking with some of our representatives, we're hoping that we can come to the table, reach a consensus on how we can make sure something like this never happens again.
Well, when you said that it is complaint-based, I think to myself, for those of you who are out there and you're dealing with some kind of issue there, you do need to make a formal complaint. It's not enough to just call a TV station or call somebody else or say something to your landlord, which you do need to do, but you do need to make that formal complaint.
And we are talking a lot about tenant education and landlord education, but the tenant education is you've got to make sure it's in writing, and then you follow up as you wish. But it's got to be in writing when you make a complaint to the property manager. Yep. And then if all of those things don't help, you call the city. The city has code inspectors who can come out. But we cannot be proactive right now with the way the state statute is and go in and inspect someone's home. We can't do it. Or rental property, we can't do it. But what we can do is if someone calls and says, they've written it down, they've given it to the property manager, they've done all of these things, A, B, C, D, then, you know, call us, we can come in.
All right, and with that, the city is doing several different nights of code enforcement like 101 so that you know how the city deals with code enforcement. So I want to be able to put that up because I saw it on Facebook today. You just recently had one meeting on Monday. Your next meeting is is February.
February 9th at 5:30.
Anybody can come.
Anybody can come. And the last one was at Glenwood. I can't remember where the next one is going to be. We're reading the last one was at Glenwood Recreation Center. This one is going to be heavily advertised, and there is also going to be a virtual capability for those who can't leave their homes at night or those who wish to watch that way. There's going to be a virtual capability. And I've heard that they're trying to figure out how they can answer questions very much like we are today. Someone can text in a question.
Right. Okay. So, and that's important for all of us to know, like what our rights are, how the city does things, how the city can't do certain things, right? So that we know what the boundaries are.
Right.
Speaking of boundaries, hey, what do you want to know? The mayor is going to be taking your questions coming up. The number was there on the bottom of the screen, 336-379-5775. I've got it back up there for you. So make sure that you text in your question and we will invite her back in just a few moments.